Rosanna insisted she was completely alone that night. No guests, no roommates, just her in a quiet house. Then, out of nowhere, she heard the unmistakable sound of the shower turning on. At first she froze, trying to convince herself she imagined it, but what came next made her blood run cold. From inside the bathroom she could hear it, someone crying. Not talking, not moving, just deep, heavy sobbing. It sounded like a grown man, broken and emotional, and the worst part, there was absolutely no one else supposed to be there. Her fear slowly turned into a need to know. With shaky steps, Rosanna made her way down the hallway toward the bathroom, each second stretching longer than the last. When she finally reached the door and pushed it open, she wasn't prepared for what she'd see. The shower door stood open, steam still lingering in the air, as if someone had just stepped out moments before. On the floor, something lay still, but it wasn't immediately clear what it was. The room felt wrong, empty, but not. Then something even more unsettling happened. As she stepped inside and flicked on the light, a dark shape, almost like a black mask, appeared for just a split second near the edge of the room. It didn't move like a person. It didn't linger. It simply faded, slipping out of sight as if it had been hiding there the entire time, watching. Heart racing, Rosanna backed out of the bathroom. The silence returned, thick and suffocating. She quickly shut the door, trying to convince herself it was over. But the moment the door clicked shut, the crying started again. That was enough. Terrified and shaken, Rosanna didn't stay another second. She left the house that night and checked into a hotel, unable to face whatever might still be inside. And honestly, after experiencing something like that in a place where you're supposed to feel safe, who could blame her? What she encountered, whether it was something paranormal, something psychological, or something far worse, is still a mystery. On February 27, 2026, a woman named Zelaine claimed her home's CCTV captured something truly disturbing. It was around 5 closer in the morning, and the entire house was asleep. Everyone except the housekeeper, Len. Without warning, Len suddenly heard something that sent a chill through her. It was a voice echoing somewhere inside the house. Shaken, she later told the family what she experienced, prompting them to check the security footage. What they found only made things worse. In the recording, Len can be seen stopping in her tracks, looking around as if someone had just called out. But there's no one there, no movement, no sign of another person nearby. Then comes the most unsettling part. At that exact same moment, another camera, this one inside Zelane's parents' bedroom, captures the same voice. But both of her parents are clearly asleep in bed. Neither of them had spoken, and yet the voice sounded unmistakably like her mother. The layout of the house makes it even more disturbing. The parents' bedroom is upstairs on the second floor, which is where the voice should have originated. Another unexplained voice. Another moment that couldn't be accounted for. Whatever is inside that house, it doesn't just make noise. It listens, and it imitates. This Ring camera footage appeared to confirm what an entire neighborhood had quietly feared for months. Long before the clip was ever recorded, nearly every home on the street had reported something strange. Some families heard slow, deliberate footsteps outside their windows late at night. Others noticed their motion sensors triggering for no reason at all. A few even claimed their security cameras would glitch, or shut off completely, at the exact same hours, as if something was deliberately avoiding being seen. At first, these incidents were brushed off as coincidence, paranoia, or technical issues. But as more households shared nearly identical experiences, a sense of unease began to spread. Eventually, the fear grew strong enough that the residents came together to take action. They invited religious leaders to bless and cleanse the entire street. Prayers were spoken. Crosses were placed on fences and doorways, creating what many hoped would act as a barrier of protection. And for a while, it worked. The disturbances stopped. The nights went quiet again, but only for a few days. Soon after, one family's Ring camera captured something that brought all the fear rushing back. On the far side of their fence, a dark figure can be seen moving slowly through the night. Its shape is unclear, its movements unnatural, just enough to leave more questions than answers. As the footage spread through the neighborhood, theories began to form. Some believed the cleansing hadn't driven something away, but instead invited something in. They thought the prayers and crosses may have allowed a protective presence to enter, something watching over the street, guarding it from whatever had been there before. But not everyone saw it that way. Others believed the figure had always been there, that whatever haunted the neighborhood was never forced out, only made more cautious. A woman claims she hasn't had a full night's sleep in weeks, and not by choice. Almost every night, something inside her house gives her a reason to stay awake. It started subtly, the kind of small, strange disturbances most people try to brush off. One night, she woke up to the sound of objects lightly scraping across the floor. Moments later, she heard it, a voice, soft and close, quietly calling her name from somewhere in the room. At that point, there wasn't enough proof to understand what was happening, but theories quickly followed. Some believed it could be an intruder hiding inside the house. Others weren't so sure. In many reported cases, whatever is calling out starts that way, long before it ever fully reveals itself. Then things escalated.
But yeah, it was super. Yeah, I'll see if you can come over in a bit. You should bring your dog. Your dog's really, really big and cute. Nope. Mom?
In the next recording, it's no longer just a voice. If you look closely, what appears to be a face can be seen inside the wardrobe. At first, it's barely noticeable, like something peeking out from the darkness. Then, just as quickly, it disappears back inside. Desperate for answers, she tried everything she could find. Cleansing rituals, keeping the wardrobe tightly shut at night, anything that might stop the activity. But nothing seemed to work completely. What makes it even more unsettling is the location. Closets and wardrobes are often described as perfect hiding places, dark, enclosed spaces where something could remain unseen, quietly watching. After sending the footage to a paranormal investigator, she says she was strongly warned not to open the wardrobe again until a proper investigation could take place. Now, she's no longer in the house. She's staying with a friend, too afraid to return. So the question remains, was this something paranormal, or is there something real hiding just behind that wardrobe door?